morning. I am actually in my boyfriend's apartment this morning. I stayed here last night and I'll give you a little look around the lounge in a minute because if you followed me for a while you might recognise a few of the pieces. But today I thought I would do a day in the life kind of video because as a content creator I often get asked how my day looks. Today I've got to go into Fenwick. I'm doing an event with them next week and it's an outdoor styling event. So last week I went in and had a look at their new in pieces and I selected a few of the bigger pieces that are going to be part of my edit, and then today I've got to go in there and I've got a dedicated space in store where I'm going to go and style them. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's what I love doing most. I think when I get there they'll already have the big pieces that I've chosen in situ, and then I've just got to kind of style them, move them around as and where I want them, and then choose lots of accessories to bring it all to life. So I'm really looking forward to that. You might recognise this sofa. So this was the one I had in my house previous to the cream one that I've got at the minute. And I decided to put it into storage for a while because I just love it and I just couldn't bear to part with it. So then when my boyfriend moved into this flat, I was like, oh, the sofa would be perfect in there, and it's probably going to be better in there than in storage because it's not going to be damp or anything. So it looks amazing in this room. This room's got such high ceilings. It's beautiful, and the big wooden shutters. And naturally, we've got a few plants in the window. They're thriving in the sunlight. And look at the size of the disco ball. I've been trying to steal this for my house, but he's not having any of it at the minute. I said I'd swap it for the sofa. So I'm going to go and jump in the car and grab a coffee in town. I need to sit and do a bit of editing. I've got a carousel post going out tonight, so I need to go and sort that out. So I've just arrived in store and the team are all there to help me. I'm going to show you the space where all the outdoor accessories are and the outdoor dining and furniture, and then I'll show you the space that I'm going to be using to set my display up. So this is the basement in Fenwick, which is all the seasonal displays. So we've got all the furniture, outdoor furniture here, lounge sets, dining sets. And then over here, this area has been completely cleared, and this is going to be where I'm putting my edit. So these are the bigger pieces that I've already chosen. So I went for this corner sofa. The table dips up and down, which I think is such a great idea. So you can have it as a lounge set with the table lower, and then you can also have it as more of a formal dining set as well. So if you've got a smaller space, then that works perfectly because it's kind of a dual performance really. So if you've got a smaller outdoor space, then that works perfectly. And then we're going to use one of these as an outdoor kitchen. I'm going to take one away because it's a little bit tight there, so we're going to use one of them as an outdoor kitchen. I'm going to put a pizza oven on there. They've got a cool ice machine that makes ice within 20 minutes. And then I'm going to put glasses and plants and things like that on there. And then this outdoor table, which I absolutely love. It's such a great size. So I'm going to style all that up with a beautiful tablescape. And then on the end here, I love this. It's almost like a bistro set, but it's more reclining. So I just love this idea if you've got a small balcony or a small front garden like I have, and the sun's there in an evening. So these are perfect to just sit outside with a little glass of wine or a gin and tonic. And it's just a little bit more loungy than a traditional bistro set, but still a great size. So I'm going to style all this area up, and then all these back shelves here we've got to fill as well, which is a bit of a challenge because there's so much space. So what they're doing is the guys from the department have gone upstairs to get all the stock out for me so that I can style these up, and we're going to have cushions and blankets and lanterns and huge oversized planters and all things like that. So I'm going to pop you on my tripod and I'm going to film as I go. it's all finished and I'm so happy with it. It looks so good. I'm going to get some videos and I'll show you exactly how it's looking, but we've got different sections and we've done it into different zones to show people how they can zone off different areas in their garden. So I'm back home now, but this part of the video has a voiceover on because I'd had a really long day and I was so tired. So when I got back, I put Sex and the City on. I've started to use a projector in the kitchen and I absolutely love it. So I had that on in the background. I poured myself a glass of wine and I started to cook tea. So this is a recipe that you've probably seen on Instagram if you follow me. Everybody was asking for the details. So here it is. I'm going to pop the full recipe and ingredients down below, but I'm also going to talk you through step by step how I make it. It's a family favourite and most friends that have been over have had it at some point in the past too. It's such a delicious but simple recipe. So to start off with, you need a large pan and you need to put some olive oil in there and then sweat your onion and garlic. And then you just add 2 red peppers and 2 courgettes and let those cook for a little while. In the meantime, put a large pan of boiling water on and then you want to add some pasta. I use probably about maybe 350 grams, not quite a full bag, between 4 people. Fusilli, that's the one that I use, but you can use any pasta that you like. And then once the pasta's bubbling away and your veg have simmered for a while, you add 2 tablespoons of sun-dried tomato paste and 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. Then you need to just drain off the pasta and leave that to one side for a minute. Then the secret ingredients is this Gruyère cheese. It is so delightful. So you need a full block of that. I usually buy it in Morrison's, but most supermarkets have it. And chop the top and the bottom off because that's the skin, and then just grate it. Then you're going to add all your pasta to the cooked veg and give it a good stir. And then you need a really big bunch of basil. I love loads of basil in, and I just literally tear it apart and throw that in there. Then what you need to do is just sprinkle the cheese so that it covers the top of the pasta, and then you just pop that in the oven. I usually pop it on 200 literally for about 5 minutes just so that the cheese melts on top, and it is delightful. It's such a simple but tasty recipe and also really healthy. So like I said, I'll pop the recipe and all the ingredients down below if you want to recreate this at home. Good morning. So it's now the following day and I didn't get a chance to finish chatting to you yesterday because it was such a manic day in Fenwick, and then I had to jump in the car and get back home. So it's been a bit of a crazy one, but I had a great day yesterday in Fenwick. The space that they've given me is perfect and I'm really happy with all the pieces that I've chosen for my edit. There's some gorgeous pieces in there, and I think it's going to be a great way for people to shop to because they'll be able to visualise how the pieces look. So the little outdoor kitchen, it's just all coming together really well, and I'm really excited about the event next week. So I've got some preparation to do for that over the next few days, but today it's an absolutely gorgeous day, so I've decided that I'm going to pop to the garden centre because I need a few things. And my window boxes, I'll put a little clip in the corner there, are completely done. I think what happened is I planted these grasses last year and I haven't watered them enough during the hotter days at the start of spring, and they've just been better days. One of them I can rescue, but the other 2 are completely dead. So I'm going to pop to the garden centre. I've got some inspiration which I found on Pinterest, which I really love actually. Again, I'll insert a little picture here so you can see. So I'm going to take this along with me to the garden centre and I'm going to see what I can find to try and recreate this in my window boxes. And I just thought it might be something that you guys find useful because it's not always easy pulling things like this together. So what I'll do is I'll see what I can find and I'll list all the plants down below so that you can recreate this at home if that's something that you want to do. Right, I'm back home now. So that was a great haul actually. They had most things that I wanted. There was a few things that I couldn't get, so I got a few other bits to kind of substitute those. But I think it's all gonna look amazing. I'm just putting my gardening gloves on. I hate wearing gardening gloves. But if I don't, I get all rubbish in my nails. And actually look, I banged my finger in the door yesterday and it's absolutely killing me. So it protects that and stop any dirt from getting in there as well. So yeah, let me show you what I've bought. I've already stripped the window boxes and I've emptied them. I'm also filming this for a reel on Instagram as well, so it's quite difficult to try and film two different aspects at once. So that's why this video might be a little bit messy. So let me show you what I bought. So here are my window boxes, and I tried to go for plants that have got different heights and different textures. So first of all, I got a couple of these grasses. This one is called a KERRY, and it's Ever Colour, Ever Sheen. I'll pop all the details down below. So I thought he could sit nicely in this corner, just there. And then I got another grass for in this corner. I love this one because it's a bit taller and a little bit bushier. And this one is called a Tatra Gold. So that's going to go over this side. And then I wanted some to trail down the front, so I got a couple of these. That's called a Nepeta. Sorry if I'm pronouncing these wrong. So I thought that can trail along the front, along with some ivy. Where's the ivy? Here. I got a couple of these. This is just Hedra ivy. So again, that's going to trail down the front. And then I wanted to add some colour. So I bought a few of these Verbenas, which are beautiful. So they'll add a pop of colour. And then I just wanted a little bit more height. So I got a couple of these Gowers, which have little white flowers that come on them. But actually, this has got a bit frazzled in the sun. So it needs some water because it's feeling very dry. So I'm going to put that here to give it some height. So I think it's going to look amazing when it's all potted up. Let me plant them all up and I'll show you how it's looking. Them. I'm so happy with how they've turned out. I love all the different textures and the different layers, and I've got the hanging bits down the front here. I'll show you better in a second. I'm really happy with how they've turned out. So I'll list everything below, put all the costs down below as well, but basically including the compost, I spent £119, which I think these will last all through summer now, and some of them will come back again next year as well. So I don't think that's too bad, to be honest, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think they look beautiful. So I've just arrived at Fenwick's. I'm feeling a little bit nervous, my event tonight. I've just been downstairs to have a look at the edit and it's looking amazing. They've restocked on loads of pieces. There's a few new pieces in there, so I've had a little shuffle around and the branding's all up there with my logo, which looks amazing. I'll show you that in a second. So I've just come up to the personal shopping suite and I'm going to get my dress on that I've chosen. It's a Nobody's Child one, which I love. It feels so comfortable to wear, but the guys have just gone to steam it for me, so I'll show you what it's looking like when I've got it on. Give you a quick look around the personal shopping suite, which is available to Fenwick clients. So got huge changing rooms, so many mirrors, and then you go through here and you've got a bathroom. There's a little suite through there.
Oh, I'll put the lights on.
No, it's fine, don't worry. And then you come through here and you've got a bathroom, little kitchen area for coffees and things like that. And there's some toiletries, and then there's a shower as well. There's a shower. So yeah, it's a great space and it's available in Fenwick. I'm all ready. I'm just heading down to the basement now to do a few checks before everyone starts arriving in half an hour. I'm feeling very nervous. Hi, can everyone hear me? Yeah. Thank you so much for coming tonight. It's one of those days. It's now the day after the event. I'm looking a little bit hot and sweaty because I've been sat in the sun all day. I've been editing content outside in the garden and just relaxing after last night. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to do a bit of a roundup last night, but I went straight out for dinner and drinks with two of my friends that came to the event, which was such a lovely way to end the evening. So it was a lovely event. It went really well. It was really well received. There was a great group of people there. I was a little bit nervous. My hands were shaking at one point and I lost my train of thought, but I just kind of brought it back. And yeah, I felt it went really well. Everyone was just so lovely and they were really positive. Lots of shopping was done. Everyone loved the edit. So I'm hoping that we can do something like this with Fenwick again, because I just think it's such a great way to shop when you're in store. I'm hoping to get more of the pieces added online, so the ones that are, I will link below, and then if more get added, I'll just keep updating it. So yes, I'm going to round this video off here, and I hope you've enjoyed this style video. There's been lots going on. If there's anything in particular you want me to cover, then just let me know in the comments, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.